Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody. Let's go.
Good evening. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Man, I missed y'all faces. I missed you guys. I hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you great spirits. Hey, we back in this purple-ish room, everybody. We back. We back at it again. Man, do we have some things to talk about. You know, it's interesting how things just happen to just start popping off when you go on vacation, when you take a little time off, a little R&R, much needed R&R to be completely straight funky with y'all, okay? And then all of a sudden, the whole world just goes kaboom, okay? Hamburger. What happened? What happened while I was gone, y'all? Damn. Okay. We got some things we're going to be breaking down. We got some things we got to talk about. Obviously, you see the title up above, down below, wherever you're watching this show right here. We got some things we got to talk about, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real. It's going to be a little messy, okay? Because I'm still gathering things. I'm still learning things as time goes on. Because I turned things off. I walked the F away from my phone and internet and all that stuff. I enjoyed some much needed time off, which I cannot recommend more than I can't recommend it enough to just take some time off. Turn off the phones, get away from the social media, get off these social media streets and just enjoy the people around you and the environment that you're in. Anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. I mean, I just got back literally like 2 hours ago, and I'm here. You see, because of the news, I'm like, you know what? If I don't do anything about this right now, I'm going to be so behind. Man, I got to do this right now. So we're going to be going through this, guys. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below. You know the story. I know it's been a couple days since I've been live, so it's been a while since you've done this, but get used to it. Get those likes and those subscriber fingers nice and warmed and limbered up. You don't want to pull a hammy, okay? Hit that like button down below. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on any of the other platforms that I'm on live right now. I appreciate all y'all for being here, okay? Welcome to the Pascal Show. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. I missed you guys. Real talk. Do not forget, please. Oh, please, baby, please. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Subscribe. Hit that follow button if you're watching on Twitter, or X, if you're watching on Facebook. Hit that follow button, okay? Follow me on TikTok and Instagram as well. The Pascal Show, one word, of course. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show if you want to support there. And of course, if you want to support any further, you can always hit that join button down below if you're watching on YouTube. Become a family member. And also, you know, super chats are always highly welcome and deeply appreciated. Okay? Anyway, we got to get into this, okay? I missed y'all. Let me tell you. Every once in a while, you just need to turn it off and just walk, turn it off, drop it, and walk away. Put your hands up and just be like, I'm out. I'm not doing any social media. I ain't posting nothing. I'm just taking a few days off. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. Until later on, I was like, damn, okay. Let me post a little bit so you guys know what's going on, But at the same time, I really needed some time off, and I really did appreciate all your love in the comments in the live that I did out in Panama. Okay, I was in Panama City. All right, it had a gorgeous view. All right, I got some really great friends that have really great things, and I was blessed to be able to have that view for a few days straight, uninterrupted, and it was amazing. It was exactly what I needed it to be, And hopefully whenever you guys get some time to do some R&R, some vacation, I hope it's just as relaxing and as much needed as it was for me. Okay? But you cover all these bad news stories and all that stuff. Eventually, you just want to take some time off and just laugh, right? So anyway, let's continue. Let's get into this conversation. And I appreciate all y'all for being here. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, part of the conversation. I know this happened yesterday. And man, this is the one moment that I had FOMO, fear of missing out. This is the only moment where I was like, because I saw the alert and I was like, damn, I could go over to this corner on the patio and break this news, but it wouldn't be the same because we wouldn't be able to see any video. We wouldn't be able to see any footage or anything like that. I was like, nah, this is not going to be it's not going to be the same. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, F it. We're going to talk about it when I get home. And then I got home and I'm like, okay, we're going to do it right now. Okay. I got straight into workaholic mode, but hey, we got to get into it. Right. So you guys already know about everything. You guys are obviously, for those of y'all who are here, most of you guys are not late to the party, okay? Diddy's homes have been raided. Both homes in LA and in Miami raided because they're investigating some rush houring stuff, if you get what I'm saying. A lot of this has to do with Cassie's documents, all the scathing lawsuit that she brought out. Remember all the information she put out there, okay? Saying that she was used in such unbelievable ways as the star, as the main focus of these films that Sean Diddy Combs or Brother Love or Puff Daddy or P Diddy or Puffy or however you want to call him, the diddler. He would make these videos and she would be the center of attention, where she was acting these things out, if you get what I'm saying, doing these unbelievable carnal acts with other people that happen to be S workers. And of course, we got to use a lot of code words, just a full-on heads up, guys. But she was not the only person that has stepped forward about these types of claims. Other women have stepped forward. Some Jane Does, some not, that have come out with some very scathing accusations and allegations towards Diddy. Now, let's not forget Lil Rod. Remember Lil Rod? Okay. He also had claims in his lawsuit because not only is he trying to recoup the money he feels like he rightfully deserves for his alleged producing his work as a producer on Diddy's recent album, Love, he also put out claims in this another scathing, we went through it, lawsuit, and all the documents were breaking it all the way down of things that we were all shook about. The other part is, too, before we go into articles and videos and all that, gooey, and before we get all sticky in this conversation, the thing is we also heard from Lil Rod. We not only heard things from Cassie's account about how basically Diddy was would express how untouchable he was, how he could ruin a person's life just by the snap of his fingers, how he had shooters out here, right? But he had connects. He could make somebody disappear. He also is claimed to have said the same things and also exact or express those things right in front of Lil Rod in his lawsuit as well. Let's not forget they were doing a songwriter or producing kind of I don't know, workshop at this record, like this recording studio. And all of a sudden they hear pew, pew. And somebody gets hit inside the studio. This is what Little Rod claims. Remember this? I'm just trying to remind you guys some of the things that are going on here that I think they're all having to do with this investigation. More than just the rush hour ring. I think there's more going on here. Okay? Let's not forget the RICO, the alleged RICO charges and all that stuff. He was in this recording studio with his son. And apparently they were having a conversation with another artist. And all of a sudden, pew, pew, pew went off, right? Bang, bang, right? And they had somebody leaking out in a bathroom. Somehow he was able to move these things around and make it seem like he was outside and there was a drive-by. Now, Lil Rod has shown photos of the stuff inside the studio, inside this bathroom, of blood on the floor and, around the toilet, etc., in the bathroom stall, all that kind of stuff. But they also showed that there was a guy that Diddy worked very closely with, who also was Michael Jackson's bodyguard. We're not going to get there. We're not going to go there. Don't worry. I don't want to go there. We're not going to go there. Okay? We don't have to go there. All right? But how his bodyguard and the such were helping cover up all the BS and all the things that transpired that night at that recording studio. This man has gone up to people and has said, I will get you, including Lil Rod, has said, I will get you a Grammy for producing this very album, Love. Watch, I got you, right? He's that connected. He's untouchable. Well, looks like he's not so untouchable anymore. It's been very interesting the last 24 hours. A lot of things have been popping off. Actually, last 48 hours. Let me just be correct. It's been a lot of very, very interesting things have transpired. Now, anybody that was inside that house, from what I understand, has not been arrested yet. There has been one arrest. We will get into that conversation a little bit later. But as far as the raid goes in both Miami and in LA, the one thing that we all been wanting to know is, did Diddy get arrested? No, I'm sorry, guys. No, he didn't get arrested. I know that was very lackluster. Because the sound, and I wanted to build the tension, and then it didn't work out. But you get what I'm saying. It didn't work out, guys. He didn't get arrested. But he could be getting arrested very, very soon. Let me just tell you that. It may be coming. It may not even be coming for Diddy. It may be coming for his son. It may be coming for the people that work around Diddy. But we don't know fully as of yet. Let's get into this article, okay? Shall we? I think we shall. Do me a favor, though, before we get things moving. Hit that like button down below. Please crush it. I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate all y'all's energy up in this biz, Naive. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to every single last one of y'all. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please and thank you. Don't worry. I will be getting back to, I will get to the super chats and the member chats and all that stuff here in just a minute. Let's just jump into this article real quick. I appreciate you guys. And again, I cover a lot of stuff on this show, okay? A lot of it's crime centric, but a lot of it has to do with pop culture and true crime and everything in between. So if you do appreciate that, you like my stilo. I mean, maybe not this. I just threw this on, but like my vibe. Okay, it's a vibe. Okay, if you like that, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, all that goodness. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, now. This is crazy. Wait. I'm sorry. Before we go into this, did anybody else I'm sorry. I was like, what? My mind was blown when I saw this. Okay. Like right when they said his house was getting, I was like, wait, what? And I felt like I felt my body gravitate towards my office, but I wasn't home. You know what I'm saying? I was nowhere near my office. So I was like, damn. And I wanted to break this so bad with you guys so badly. But hey, it is what it is. Okay. We are here to just catch up to the rest of the gang, right? Now I'm gonna do that update a little bit later, because this is kind of all backwards right now. All right. But these are kind of like, I'm going to start here. Okay. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ this case is being handled out of the South District of New York. Reports say this appears to be tied to rush houring allegations. I got to use these code words. Okay. So ST allegations, okay, which have been levied against Diddy in recent months from different plaintiffs. Now, Fox 11 has posted a video that appears to show several individuals in handcuffs near the property, and a couple of them appear to be Diddy's sons, King and Justin Combs. Here's King and Justin together. Crazy. But there they are. King and Justin. Okay. Diddy in the house. Man, you in trouble, homie. You in trouble, bro. Appreciate you in the chat, though. But you got a lot of splaining to do. Diddy, you got some splaining to do, okay? But anyway, let's move on. TMZ has obtained additional footage that shows federal agents rolling up to Diddy's via water. So they went on a boat, y'all. They went on a boat. On a boat. So the video shows armed agents standing on a boat, and they too appeared to be armed. Diddy is in the crosshairs of law enforcement on both coasts of America, as federal agents have descended on his Beverly Hills home. Isn't that funny? Federal agents mad because I'm flagrant, tap my cell and my phone in the basement. Fitting, right? Has anybody done that yet? Or am I the only one who's that creative to bring that call back? I'm sure somebody else has used that. But still, interesting though, right? Interesting though, right? You know? Just moving on. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ that agents for Homeland Security are in the middle of raiding Diddy's properties. There are helicopters overheard, and local law enforcement is also present, although we're told Homeland Security is the lead agency. And what's interesting is the amount of BS rumors that have been flying like crazy, because as soon as everyone's looking at all this footage of everyone getting arrested, or not the arrest, the detainment, because they didn't get arrested, they just got detained. Why they got detained is weird, because it looked like, at least in some of the footage, which we're going to be looking at some of it here in a second, some of it looks like some of the guys are in handcuffs, and others are just sitting there chilling. You know what I mean? Not arrested. It's very weird. But I get it. If they feel like they're going to be, if law enforcement did that to, I don't know, keep themselves safe or something, I don't know. Unless they showed up and these guys were armed themselves, it just doesn't make sense for them to be detained in that kind of way. Unless this was for the theater of the mind. Unless this was to make a statement to Diddy. Like, we watching you, we are not playing now. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, you think you untouchable. Oh, you think you slick. Okay, we got time today. We'll burn some taxpayer dollars and just do this whole act for you guys. Just so you know, we ain't ones to be messed with. That's what it felt like a little bit. Although I'm happy, I'm like, yay, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. Get them. You know what I mean? Let justice be served. But a little bit does feel a little bit like, this is all just theater, We're just showing everybody out here that we are looking at you. But then I'm like, why would you expose your ace up your sleeve like that? You know what I'm saying? Like real G's move in silence like lasagna, right? So why would you put it out there, letting him know that you're on to him? You see what I'm saying? Because then next thing you know, that's when he burns all his footage. That's when he deletes all his ish. That's when he makes more threats to more people who have connections. That's when he goes to people and say, oh, sign this NDA. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And I'm jet lagged as a mug. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just what I think. So either they really did this because they really wanted to, you know what I mean, stick it to Diddy, or they did this to mess with him. And I think that's what everybody's what's splitting the room, because I see other people like, yo, man, leave Diddy alone, bro. I get it. But there's a lot of allegations towards him. A lot. Like a lot. Have you seen the allegations? Like, damn. And they're not going to look into that? This is a level of JE type status, if not worse. This is worse than Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Those two guys. And Ghislaine. You know what I'm saying? Worse. Because he could have blackmail footage. Not blackmail. Y'all. Not blackmail. I meant blackmail footage. Because he got plenty of that blackmail. But blackmail footage against other hip-hop artists, other black actors, male, female, doesn't matter. He can have all these things and basically say, hey, I have you under my thumb. I tell you what to do and you do it. You are now my puppet. Let's just keep it real. Think about that for a second. No one else thought of blackmail? That joke? Nobody? That's a ground ball. That's an underhand pitch of a joke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else thought about that? Damn. Moving on. But I'm just saying, think about it. The amount of footage, the amount of stuff that he has, the amount of things that he has and is locked away in some weird safe out in Sweden or something like that. I guarantee you there's things in there that he's using to blackmail people to keep them under his command, under his control. Think about it. Get them messed up enough, have them drink something without them knowing. Next thing you know, you got cameras and phones and whatever footage being captured of you doing things that you never thought you'd be doing with a whole bunch of other people in the room, maybe other S workers, so on and so forth. And I'm saying more than just Cassie. You're telling me that this man was doing these kind of freak offs with Cassie alone? Come on. Come on, y'all. You know for a fact that he was doing this many a time in many places all over the world. And Cassie was just one of the victims, one of them. So this investigation that's going on right now, I agree. Music Memories, it's a wrap, son. Like you can hit the orchestral music and you know what I'm saying? Just that's the show, everybody. Thanks so much. Diddy's done. Bye-bye. I mean, seriously, you could just do that and just be like, we're done. That's the show. Hit that subscribe button. Love you. Be good to yourselves. You see what I'm saying? It's a wrap. He's done. He's done. His career is over. Endorsements, gone. Be gone. Everything. Okay? He's going to have to take his money and he's going to have to run. That's basically what I think he was trying to do when everyone thought he kicked rocks. Because remember, while this was all going on, everybody thought he kicked rocks. Nikki D's, why are you so You're done. You're done. I got you, Nikki. Damn. I got you. Okay. I get you. Yeah, he's done. He's done. It's bad. Okay. This is bad. And they're going to find something. They're going to find something, guys. Watch. And it may not have anything to do with Cassie. Let's keep it a buck. But I kind of wish they would do the same thing. I know this is a little bit of a left turn. Don't worry, we're going to go into some videos and stuff like that. And we got some other things going on. We got another article we're going to look at here in a second as well. Okay, we got things to talk about here. We are here to talk. But I kind of wish they would do the same thing. I know it's a left turn. Dan Schneider. Nickelodeon. Quiet on the Set documentary that just came out on, I think it was Hulu. No, HBO Max. If you have not seen that, please go see that. Watch it. That was some crazy stuff. And the allegations that are made towards Dan Schneider need to be looked at. What happened with Amanda Bynes? Come on, what happened to Amandy? You know what I'm saying? Something happened to that girl. And the many other child stars that come forward and talk in this documentary. Just go watch it. But again, I'm waiting to see a raid go on in his little villa. Okay? They need to do something about that. But moving back to this. I do. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, hold on. Dang it. Oh, you son of a gun. Hopefully this will work. Okay. So there is more that I want to pull up here. Sorry, guys. It's funny, you don't do any of these kind of things for a while, for a couple days, and you feel like it's like the first time. So here's the thing, guys. Oh, shut up. Okay. Hopefully this will work. And we got some more information, okay? Okay, so he's facing sweeping ST inquiry, okay? What the feds need to prove. So let's take a look at this article here, okay? Just a little bit of a breakdown. Don't worry, we got videos and all that good stuff. All of that goodness, okay, here in a second. Hit that like button down below. Please hit that follow button on whatever respective platform you are on right now. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. You guys are incredible. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Our family is growing beautifully, and it's amazing. I appreciate all y'all. So let's take a look at this real quick, okay? Over the last few months, legendary name and blah, blah, blah. In lawsuits, 4 women have accused Diddy of RA and other situations, unthinkable situations, dating back 3 decades. Now, I want to say this too. It has been 3 decades. There have been rumors like this surrounding Diddy for decades, y'all. At least in Black pop culture. These rumors have been circulating for a long time. Not Cassie's so much. That's something that's new, at least for me, is still kind of new. But the other ones about the A, the R, the when she traveled, she flew in a plane. She went from, if I'm correct, Minneapolis or Detroit up to New York and all that, right? Those things, we've heard variations of those stories in the past. Okay, for 3 decades. Why did it take 3 damn decades for law enforcement to get their asses in gear? No shade to law enforcement, but I wonder what was it? You know what I mean? Was it these lawsuits that just recently were filed? Because I could have sworn there were attempts on at least one or two of these women trying to step forward in the past. Cassie just ripped the Band-Aid off of it, of course. Okay, blew the dam off this freaking thing, and now we got a tidal wave. But at the same time, some of these women have stepped out before. So some of these are not new, okay? So I'm interested in why it took so damn long, unless he really is that untouchable. Let's keep it a buck, okay? One of the allegations involved a little, we got to use code words. The claim sent shockwaves through the music industry and put Combs' entertainment empire in jeopardy. Now he's in legal troubles, and they've gotten very, very bad. Law enforcement sources told the Times that he's subject of a sweeping inquiry into ST allegations that resulted in a federal raid Monday at his estates in Los Angeles and Miami. Authorities have declined to comment on the case, and Combs has not been charged with any crime. And I think that's really important for us to remember. He has not been charged with anything yet, not with any crime. That's big, y'all. And I still am wondering why, just why ain't he arrested of any crime? Why? But you raid his home. What's up with that? Hopefully I get some of our lawyer friends onto the show, and we will break that down a little bit more in the very near future, okay? But the scene of dozens of Department of Homeland Security agents, guns drawn, searching his properties underscored the seriousness of the investigation. At the same time as the raids, police in Miami arrested Brendan Paul, the one I was just going to tell you guys about. We are talking about it right now. There has been somebody who has been arrested in Miami, okay, known as his mule. I'll just use that because I can't even say the D word, for crying out loud, okay? This is his confidant and his mover and shaker, if you will, okay? Mover. He moves weight for him, okay? And among many other things, because there are allegations or possible RICO charges being pointed or aimed at Diddy and his team of cohorts. Okay? But somebody has been arrested, and that is Brendan Paul. Now, I don't think he has any relation to Logan or Jake Paul. Okay? But real talk, he has been arrested. He has been detained. He has been taken in. That is somebody who's very close with Combs. Big time. Miami-Dade police took Paul, 25, into custody on suspicion of possession of the cocaine and a controlled substance-laced candy. The only reason why, okay, really quick, so you guys don't get upset, with the sound effect. The reason why I did that is because Diddy likes to apparently, allegedly, drop things into drinks and have it laced with things so people can drink and feel ooey gooey and feel loose and goosey. You know what I'm saying? So what is this substance laced candy that this man had in his possession? I'm just saying, I'm sorry, but I got to do it. I'm gonna hit it again. Why? Why was he arrested? Interesting, don't you think? So maybe he just had it on his person. Because, when I'm walking around having a brisk walk and I get stopped by police just at random, every once in a while I just like having cocaine and substance-laced candy on me. It's totally normal. That's every day for me. That's every day, bro. Ain't that a Paul song? Or I know it's not the same Paul, but you see what I'm saying? Moving on. Paul was arrested at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport. where TMZ posted video showing Combs walking around Monday afternoon. So here's the other thing that's really interesting. Okay. I mean, if it is edibles, then it's edibles. But what kind of edibles is that? Wouldn't they just say edibles? Like, think about that. Wouldn't they just say edibles? Substance laced candy. What is that? Yeah, that could be Rice Krispie treats, baby. I know, but at the same time, that's weird. Why would they say substance laced candy like that? Wouldn't they just say edibles containing THC? The stuff that makes you hungry and watch really stupid reruns of cartoons? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I mean, because he could easily say that, oh, it's from my glaucoma. It's from my bum knee. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think it's that. I think it has to do with, that Molly Ringwald. Why did I call it that? I don't know. We're going to continue on, though. You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say Molly Ringwald. All right? It's more than that, okay? It's more than that. They would say that. They'd be like, it's THC-ish. But I could be wrong. Still, it's interesting that he had the cocaine and other stuff on his person. And by the way, he was with Combs. Let's not forget that. He was with Combs. They were trying to leave town. He was trying to leave town with his buddy filled with cocaine. Gotta gasolina. Interesting. Moving on. Okay, so and of course there's video which we're going to be looking at here in a little bit, but he's walking around in the this Miami airport area, okay, Monday afternoon. An affidavit reviewed by the Miami Herald alleged that police working with Homeland Security found D's in his bag. There is nothing in Miami court records connecting Combs to Paul, who was later released on a $2,500 bail. The arrest, however, is the latest in the string of legal woes tied to Combs. Sources with knowledge of the ST investigations into Combs, who spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly, said federal authorities have interviewed at least 3 women, but it's unclear whether any are among those who have filed the suit. Legal experts say it could take time to build a criminal case against Combs, but note that civil suits could offer investigators a roadmap. So, moving on, investigators probably would seek authorization to seek for videos or photographs of any devices connected to the target, anywhere where digital images can be found in connection to conduct that would have been recorded. Okay, an attorney for Combs did not respond to requests for comment, but another one of his lawyers on Tuesday called the raids a quote-unquote witch hunt and a gross overuse of military-level force. Now, okay, let me just say this. Let me just read his, because this is so ridiculous to me that he's sitting here going, this is a witch hunt. But this is interesting. So he says, yesterday there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. It's unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There's been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. That's what they're saying right there. Combs has previously denied any wrongdoing. Just so you know. If you didn't already know that. So, I know that there's going to be cards that are going to be played, right? That instantly they're going to go quickly to say, this is a witch hunt. This is to take a man down. Better yet, let's just sling in that race card in there really quick. It'll be, you just trying to take a black man down. No, sorry, don't think so. As soon as you had Cassie's information drop harder, like bombs harder than Hiroshima, okay, in the black culture and in the pop culture world, most definitely that's going to spark a lot of attention from law enforcement in your general direction. So, no disrespect, Mr. Diddy or Love or Combs, Diddler. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many ways you try to reconstruct this or try to rebrand this as a witch hunt. That, I don't even remember how many pages that Cassie's lawsuit was. Let me just say this. It was absolutely scathing, jaw-dropping, unbelievable. And I can't believe that woman went through all of that with you. And let's not forget, apparently there was many more pages that were supposed to be in that lawsuit that were torn the F out. So we only heard the tip of the iceberg. We only saw 10% of the full mass of this disgusting, disturbing iceberg. Imagine that. And then, yes, more people step forward. Some may be true, some may be liars. I don't know. But it's interesting that as soon as she drops this, and I know it's months and months of work, and I'm sure Diddy knew about this for a while and all that, you know, it was percolating and all that. But even his companies, all the entities that his name is attached to, all of them turned to him. We had Simone Redwine on the show. She dropped it like it was hot with information on all of this. And she said even herself that his people would literally have to turn to him and say, no, you need to settle. She has too many damning pieces of evidence pitted against you. She has too much against you, man. You're not going to win this. Sure, he got that long game money. I even said that. He got that long game money. He could literally bleed her dry financially. But at the end of the day, she had too much damning information, too much damning evidence against him that would destroy not only his name, but all the brands that he's been working on and cultivating for so many decades. So that's why he settled. And sure, in the court of public opinion, it looks like an admission of guilt. It most definitely does. But at the same time, it doesn't automatically mean that's an admission of guilt. But once you hear about all the information and how he knew for a while that this was coming, and how the rest of his people, companies, etc., are all turning to him and being like, listen, you need to settle. That says so much about what Cassie had on him and what Diddy actually did to that poor woman. Now you have all these other people stepping forward, and that's insane. But at the same time, majority, if not all of them, could be telling the absolute truth. It's just crazy that it takes decades for police, whatever acronym you want to look at, you know, FBI, CIA, whatever you want to call it, finally looking at, you know, Popo. Crazy that it's taken this long for them to actually look in this general direction now. But at the same time, it's coming. it's happening now. So he shouldn't be surprised. He should have known this was coming, be prepared for it, and let the chips fall where they may. Now, one thing I will say, I've been saying a lot, but you know what I'm saying. One thing I'm very interested in seeing is if he actually was trying to leave, if he actually was trying to run. That's one thing that I'm still trying to figure out. My theory is that he tried to kick rocks. I don't know if he tried to kick rocks because he knew that the feds were coming, or if he was already on a planned trip and then he got grounded for that, during this raid. Because I don't think he's going to be able to fly or leave the country right now. I really don't think he can. But then again, I could be wrong. Okay. So let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at some of these comments really, really quick. We got some videos we're going to look at here. Okay. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all the love and all the super chats and all that stuff. It really does mean a lot. Okay. Keeps these purple lights on. Okay. And keeps me talking on this microphone as well. So I do appreciate it. Okay. Busy Mama, thank you so much for being a member. You definitely look relaxed and well rested. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yes, I am most definitely relaxed. Bozina, thank you so much for the 2. Miss you, Pascal. I missed you too. I missed all y'all. Okay, put some purple heart emojis in the chat. You know what I mean? If y'all missed the show, please, that would really mean a lot. Okay, Lisa, welcome to the family. Cruise with Cindy, welcome to the family. Okay. Hey, Tyler, thank you so much for being a member for over a year. I was waiting exactly for your take on this. LOL. Thank you, man. That really means a lot that you guys you guys are like, that makes me feel good. I appreciate that. Thank you. It really does mean a lot. Again, thanks so much for being a member for the past 14 months. Damn, that's a long time. I'm glad you had an amazing break with your family, but selfishly, we are glad you're back. I'm happy to be back, guys. I missed you guys. I really, really did. Hollywood 2000. Oh, wow. 26 months. Well over 2 years. Doc Nobbit, thank you. When the feds conduct a raid, they already know what they are looking for. That's true, Hollywood. I will say that too, but I feel like they may be looking for something more though too. There could be that possibility. Music, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Kay, thank you so much for the 2. Dealer was locked up, then bailed out. Yeah, I mean it's $2,500 for these guys. That's chump change, right? But I'm sure, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let's keep it a buck. And thank you guys so much for all the purple heart emojis. I really do appreciate it. I understand that that's our clan, I guess, or our cult now. I don't know. Somebody said something like that in one of the chats. And I thought that was kind of funny. But no. Okay. We're just a group of people that care for each other. We love each other. We hold it down. We got one of the best family chats in the world. But I am also curious, and thank you, Cloud, for being a member. And no, you're the best. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Rachel, thank you so much for the 2. Saw this coming. Missed you, Pascal. I saw this coming too. I just didn't know it was going to happen when I was on vacation, man. Damn. But what I was going to say is, I kind of feel like maybe it was his own stuff, and the cocaine and the stuff. I feel like maybe it was his own stuff and he just has his guy hold the stuff for him so that he may take the fall instead of him taking the fall because he is Diddy and he's just a provider. You know what I mean? He may just be the plug. You feel me? That's kind of what I think about that Brendan Paul guy, that he's like the fall guy. You see what I'm saying? That's just what I think. Okay, if it's on, if we get caught, if we go over to customs or whatever, you take the fall. So it's on you. But don't worry, I got you, son. I got you. I'll take care of you. That kind of thing. That's the vibe I get. Seems like he's got a lot of people in his corner, right? That will be willing to do exactly what he asks, right? Like, I need you to hold this and that piece. You hold that piece over there. But if I ask for it, you hand it over to me. You don't ask any questions. You just hand me the heater. You got it? But if police show up, I'm handing it right over to you, and you taking the fall. But I got you, though. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like that's the kind of guy he is. That's all. Music. Thank you so much for the £5. Pascal, always been here. It's Welsh. Remember the Johnny Depp trial. Yes. Yes, indeed. Man, we go way back, man. We go way back. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Kate, thank you so much for the 2. The dealer was caught with Diddy in Miami. Yes, he was, which is very telling in my personal opinion. Okay? It's very, very telling in my personal opinion. He is caught in Miami whilst he's supposed to be in a plane flying somewhere else with his dealer, and they got laced chemicals and the powdery stuff. That says something to me. Okay? That says something to me. Miss Galore, thank you so much for the 10. In 2010, sorry, Nikki said she was, quote unquote, trying to take Cassie away from Diddy in an Usher song. In Usher's song, Little Freak. Oh, wow. Did she know something that was that we were just finding out now about it? No, I don't think so. I think she was just trying to be funny, you know. But I mean, I could see somebody reading into that or interpreting that in that way for sure. Okay, but Miss Galore, thank you so much. And yeah, but then again, there's a lot of songs now. I'm like, that's not the same anymore. The song kind of hits different. You feel me? Something to think about now. S Dubs, thank you so much for the 10. Excuse me. Thank you so much for the 10. Welcome back. We missed you, and Debbie, I missed you too. Yes, we missed Debbie. Of course, we missed Debbie all day long. She, we appreciate her, and we missed her too. Mimi, thank you so much for the 3. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And something just, hold on. There it is. Local Trees, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate the support. I really do. But let's take a look at some of these videos here really quick. I'm sure you guys will appreciate these. I know it's a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I feel you on the trip down memory lane, but I think it's also very important. I know this was old news. We're going to kind of go through some stuff that I'm sure you guys have all seen already. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this. Let me turn this off mute.
Combs in November of 23, allegations about, we just got this, Jesse. Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, sued, you're talking about the lawsuit, sued Combs in November of 23, allegations about sex trafficking. She's now put out a statement through her lawyer reacting to this, what we're watching happening live. We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. I'm just thinking about Jeffrey Epstein. Didn't that start with civil suits?
So I'm so glad you mentioned that, because in this lawsuit that I had just mentioned, there was a comparison to Jeffrey Epstein. There was one of the individuals that has been associated with Jeffrey Epstein, they said is almost like the madam. They almost said she was like the Ghislaine Maxwell. And I remembered that comparison stood out to me at the time. So hearing that from Miss Ventura, which, by the way, she settled her lawsuit with P. Diddy one day after it was filed. Now, having said that, I recall that the statements that were released after that were not saying this was a vindication and that P. Diddy is completely innocent, but that they resolve their issues amicably. But she never gave up her contention that she was sexually assaulted by Mr. Combs.
So I'm just looking again at the pictures here outside his house. You mentioned why you believe the SWAT team is there, because he's known to have weapons. And it's DHS, Homeland Security. Do we know why they would be the ones investigating? I mean, I know they oftentimes do like child porn and those kinds of things.
If you're talking about sex trafficking, if you're talking about underage women, that is a concern. That is something that comes to my mind. You're also talking, I mean, we could see it here, a massive property. Massive. It is bigger than I've seen.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing here really is a possibility they don't know what they're entering into. And they don't know if there are secret compartments. They don't know who's in the house. And so obviously when you're attempting to go into a property like this, you would see that kind of massive effort. You would see multiple law enforcement agencies going in. And so that's probably, they have the resources to be able to penetrate and go into a property like that.
I don't think they should be using the word penetrate. But moving on into this, though, I think that this is kind of crazy that, listen, because somebody said in a super chat that they are here, right? And they could be going after something very serious, right? They could be very focused on one particular thing, right? I keep on wondering what that is then. If they're literally going in there for one specific thing, what is it? Because you got to remember, you think Diddy has old phones that he accidentally hit the factory reset button on? Do you really think that he's the kind of guy that would do that? I'm just saying. No, he would burn that ish. That stuff will be destroyed. That stuff would never be seen or heard from ever again. We would never see the light of day of that stuff unless he's some grimy mother lover that wants to keep trophies. But I'm telling you right now, he would probably have this stuff completely destroyed. It could be in the bottom of the ocean somewhere very, very far away or completely pulverized. We don't know. You got to remember, you got Cassie that dropped a serious bomb, huge bombshells. You don't think right after that, he was like, yo, get on my ish. You know what I mean? Get my stuff, throw it all out. I know some of you guys are going to go to TMZ. I'll take a look at TMZ in a second. But let's be real. He'd just be covering up all his tracks. And the only thing is that if there's anything that's been leaked out or given to other people, that's the only stuff that I can see as incriminating evidence out there. But he could literally take that stuff and just destroy it. I'm just saying. But again, anything's possible. Let's continue. I'll look at TMZ.
And they're also going into his house right now in Miami. At the same time, we've confirmed the search in LA, the search in Miami, but it's the Southern District of New York investigating.
Correct.
Oh, damn.
We don't know what they're investigating. We don't know exactly who they're looking into. I mean, obviously, the speculation at this point is that it is concerned with P. Diddy, a part of an active investigation. We don't know what the charges are or what they're associated. But right now, when you're entering these properties, it is, by all accounts, to arrest and to issue arrest warrants. And clearly, they had some probable cause to believe that there is a criminal activity afoot there and that they're trying to either arrest some of the individuals there or try to get some evidence out of there, whatever that might be. And remember, as I said, I should mention this as well. It's actually, I'm remembering it as we're talking about it. One of the aspects of that lawsuit was that P. Diddy had surveillance footage in his property.
Wait, look real quick. What is this, Jesse? Because these are new pictures.
So if that
are
is,
these there's
that
people
could
in
be his
handcuffs
sons.
now.
That could be his sons. That could be his sons. Again, if that is accurate, I wouldn't be surprised because the allegations put forward in that lawsuit implicated his sons in different criminal activities.
I'd like to know, like, we already know that's King and why am I forgetting his other son's name? King and the other one. Okay, we already know that it's his two kids. But I'd like to know who's the Caucasian fella with the skin tight. Who is this guy? That's what I'd like to know. Who is that? And why is he there? You know, what's his connection to everything? Right? I think that's interesting. Nonetheless. Now, that's the thing, though. Kay, Thank you so much for saying that. They found a lot, Pascal. What are they? Is there an article anywhere that I can see about that? That's what I'd like to see. So if they have anything, somebody said that's probably Justin Bieber. Please don't do that to me. Don't do Justin like that. Come on now. This guy looks like he got a comb over. He look. You know what I'm saying? He looks a little top heavy, like he skipped leg day. You feel me? You know, not even like no calf raises, no nothing, not even a squat, not even like not one lunge. You feel me? I mean, those are leggings. They're definitely not. Those are definitely not just skin. I'd be like, damn, that skin ain't not seen sun, not never. But moving on. I'm just curious about who these people are, because he's obviously in handcuffs as well. And then you got somebody over here, and she's just chilling. Okay. So I'd like to know what they found, Kay. What they found, I'd like to know. Okay. Yeah. Lattes in luxury says, yes. What did they find? Lattes. Yes. I'd like to know. Okay. Now, I'm not future. I'm not throwing any shade on my brothers and sisters that are sans melanin. Okay. But you know, sometimes just get a little sun. Okay. And you'll do just fine. You'll just start a nice base coat. You'll be just fine. Okay. But this is one thing I'd like to know. Okay. Who dat? Who is this up here? Now, them being detained does not mean bad news bears. But I'm wondering why they went in, like they walked in there and they still walked out with handcuffs on. I think that's ridiculous. They're not going to run. Like they're not going to run. You know what I mean? They know exactly who these kids are. They ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Misty, come on. I'm just saying, if it's skin, you know what I mean? If those legs are just skin, all right, like maybe he was just swimming and, you know, he was wearing, you know, a banana hammock. I don't know, but still, if those are just straight up skin hamburger and they in LA or they're in Los Angeles, it's sunny every day. Every day. Okay. Let's move on.
These are aerial photos from our helicopter in Los Angeles. It's zoomed in now. This is brand new. And there are, let's see, can we count? It's small. A couple of people in handcuffs, a couple of people on the ground. Looks like two boys in handcuffs there facing the bushes.
And let's be clear, they could be detained while the search warrant is going forward, while
so
the house is being searched. It doesn't necessarily mean they are arrested.
That's so odd to me.
They're currently being detained outside while this is happening.
Do we know anything about the whereabouts of P. Diddy?
As far as I know, no.
Okay.
I saw reports online that suggest they might be looking for him. I don't want to confirm that. I don't know where he is, but clearly, if he was at one of those properties, we may have seen him by now. Now, having said that, we're kind of developing into this story.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that he had already been perhaps detained and he's put in one of those vehicles or was transported somewhere else? That is a possibility. Or it's possible they don't know where he is. And again, we can't 100% confirm what they're looking for, but clearly being at those properties, placing what appears to be his sons in handcuffs is an alarming situation.
Yeah, I don't know if we can go back to the picture of the people in handcuffs. And there were reports earlier that his sons were in handcuffs. So this seems to match up with that.
But again, they could be detained while the search warrant is being investigated.
And the other thing, this is a federal investigation, Department of Homeland Security. We know, I mean, it's very difficult for us to get real-time information from the feds.
Let me just say this too. I feel like this is the feds giving Diddy the middle finger as well, doing this to his kids. I also think that too. Like, we gonna put your kids through some really, like, we're gonna make their day a tough one, that they got handcuffed. You know, these kids grew up with privilege. They dealing with 5-0 like this, unless they've had their fair share with the run-ins with 5-0. Maybe they have, but at the same time, I mean, you know, these are his kids. So now you got the kids outside. It's not like they just put them in some dining room or some room off to the side and let them sit there. They took them outside. You know for a fact, they know for a fact, media's out here with all the cameras. Helicopters are hovering all over this house right now. You know for a fact they're doing this to display some things and flip the bird to Diddy, being like, we are watching you. Oh, my Lord. Did somebody say the dude looks like the Trailer Park Boy guy, man? Oh, my God. I ain't never seen that show, but I've seen that that icon on Hulu so many damn times when I scroll through. You know, that's a damn good call. Wow. From the nosebleed seats. Oh, my Lord. But I do find this very interesting. No matter what, I feel like it's the feds trying to send a signal or send a message to Diddy. Like, we are watching you. We're going to give you guys you and your family a hard time. Now, if they walked in and they came out, what did they come out with? That's the one thing I'd like to know as well. Okay, we got some more. I'm going to pull up another video because I think that this is, you know, enough of that video. Before we go into all the, you know, if there's a video I hear talking about what has been found, right? I'm curious. I'm curious about what they have found, if there is something out there. And I feel like if there was something that was found, that would be plastered all over all over the news right now. If there were things, if they itemized what was found, right? If they had any incriminating evidence against Diddy, that would be headline news for the rest of this week, for crying out loud. Okay. But let us continue. We got more stuff.
And for more on this investigation, let's bring in former...
Not in chronological order, I will say this. Okay, fair warning.
FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker. Chris, great to have you on the show. I mean, the big headline there is kind of what we want to get into you with, because it is now been confirmed this is a sex trafficking case, but Sean Combs is not the target. Well, he sure looks like the target, though, Chris. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, apparently HSI is leaking out a lot of information, and you're right. It looks like there's a very significant sex trafficking, human trafficking investigation underway.
Look at that.
And it looks like it's coming out of the HSI Division of International Organized Crime or something. I
mean, listen, this is. See, my only thing is what is going on in the house that would make them go and grab these guys in the way that they're being grabbed? That's all I'm saying. I know it's easy for us to sit here and try to turn it into something, but I'm just saying, like, why? Like, what's up? They went into this home. What did they find inside that home that would make them grab these guys in the way that they are? Were they not compliant? Were they being jerk-offs? Or were they just chilling, playing video games or eating cereal in the kitchen and whatnot? You see what I'm saying? It just seems so weird, but, you know, interesting.
Something along those lines. So it looks pretty significant. Got 2 major search warrants, a lot of process around those search warrants, a lot of kitted out tactical people raiding those 2 locations. So it looks like a lot of drama around all this. And, you know, there's enough probable cause, because you don't get search warrants without strong probable cause, that there is at least a human trafficking, sex trafficking ring at work here.
And explain that to us, if you would, Chris, because I know we have talked about, Jonathan just talked about the fact that there have been a number of lawsuits brought against Sean Combs, women alleging that he drugged them, and et cetera, and so on. My questioning, where does the trafficking come in there? What is it that we need to constitute human trafficking, sex trafficking, et cetera?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it looks like some of these lawsuits are sort of personal lawsuits, sexual assaults, sort of one-off. So to make human trafficking or make a human trafficking violation under federal law, you have to be taking women against their will and forcing them to commit sexual acts. query whether there are underage women involved in this investigation. That would make it even more serious if underage women or men are being forced to commit sexual acts, crossing state lines, crossing international boundaries. And also a question mark is, what does this tie into an organized crime group, a human trafficking organization? And I can tell you, the federal agencies don't like to get involved in one-off type cases.
I am so happy that he said this. I am so happy that he said this. I'm rolling it back. I'm rolling it back because this is the important part too. I keep wondering this too. Why do all of this choreography if it isn't for something bigger? Take a listen.
Are being forced to commit sexual acts, crossing state lines, crossing international boundaries. And also a question mark is, what does this tie into an organized crime group, a human trafficking organization? And I can tell you, the federal agencies don't like to get involved in one-off type cases. Neither the FBI or HSI will engage in small one-off, one or two, prostitution rings and that sort of thing. If they're working this case, there are every indications that this is a serious, significant human trafficking ring.
Possible? Possibilities? Now, again, this is speculation. These are just questions that he's asking, and they're absolutely fair, I think, because why would they exhaust all of these resources? Remember, they're not only in Miami, they're also in Los Angeles right now, or they were. And they raided 2 places at the same damn time. At the same damn time, guys. Think about that for a second. Why would they do all of that stuff? Like I said, why would they burn all of taxpayers' money just to make Diddy's butthole pucker up? Why would they? They wouldn't. That's a whole lot of taxpayers' money on 2 sides of the same mother-loving continent. Think about that for a second. So clearly there's something else going on here. Something bigger. I even said it to you guys before in many other shows before revolving around this. Go check out the Diddy Files playlist, please and thank you. We've been covering this since Cassie's bombshell lawsuit, okay? And the bombshell allegations. But I even said in one of those videos, there was allegedly footage that even 50 Cent received. Now, I know this is all hearsay, and this is all stuff that he said himself, but he said this in multiple interviews. He received some footage. It was Cassie. It was another person. He thought that Cassie was cheating on him or that she had moved on. So he tried to reach out to him to be like, hey, it sucks that, it's all good. Girls be girls. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know what I mean? You'll get over her. You just need to get on top of another one. You know what I mean? And he goes, no, we good. We Gucci. He goes, oh, snap. What is this footage that I saw? And he's like, oh, yeah. What you think? Now, in my mind, I think if you didn't receive that from Diddy, you received that from somebody else. That must mean that this footage is being circulated out here in these streets. Think about that for a second. Let me just let that marinate. Okay? Let that marinate all the way down to your plums, okay? Think about that for a second. It's not like Diddy had somebody break into his house and then he went off and sent this video, this guy who broke into the house, went off and gave it to 50. Diddy gave it to somebody, and it was starting to be spread throughout the rest of these other guys in the game. Who's to say that he's not doing the same thing for a dark ring? Why would they go out of their way to go on 2 coasts? Why?
Here.
Yep. Yeah, and I just want to kind of go one further with you on that, because here is former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky, what he had to say about this.
They allege everything from rape to sex trafficking to being drugged, and then also things like sexual harassment and other workplace type violence or abuses that are going on. I put this somewhere in between a Harvey Weinstein and an R. Kelly type of case. So I think that the criminal aspects are something that have to be deeply investigated.
You know what? And yes, all of it needs to be deeply investigated. But why did they pick this photo, making Diddy look like the red Pied Piper? Just something to think about. Kind of disturbing.
That the criminal aspects are something that have to be deeply investigated.
In other words, he's saying, Chris, this is a significant case, and now you've got the you've got the Southern District of New York involved in this. A lot of heavy hitters in that area. So it really looks like, Sean Combs, Diddy, is in some trouble.
He most definitely is. Okay. Yeah, Aura, Epi, Diddy Combs. Yeah, he's in some serious. He's in some doo doo. He's in some really big doo doo, and this is gonna be a hard thing for him to get out of. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Okay, let me just keep it real. All right, hold on 1 second. I got some more stuff. I know y'all been like, go to TMZ. I'm going to TMZ, girl. Damn, I got it, girl. We got it. We're going into TMZ. All right, new photos, new video of the raid. Okay, maybe there's more to this. Now, what's interesting, Infamous just said, and I know somebody else said this earlier, but it passed me by, okay? She keeps passing me by. I don't know why every single hit is just hitting me right now. But anyway, the white boy that's on the lawn is Brandon Paul. He's the handler for but I thought that Brandon Paul was at the airport with Diddy. And that's where he got caught. Hold on. Don't worry, I have the receipts to make sure. Okay, hold on. Unless this periodical is wrong, but it says it right here. At the same time as the raids, police in Miami arrested. Hold on, let me take this down. And let me show you what it says here. At the same time as the raids, police in Miami arrested Brandon Paul, a man described in the recent lawsuit in possession of Okay. Paul was arrested at this Miami executive airport. This is the same airport that shows Diddy walking back and forth. Because if I'm correct, and I could be wrong, but it looked like he was trying to get onto the plane, and they grounded him, Diddy, because the plane went off and flew. It flew off and went off somewhere. Who was in the plane? I don't know. But that's why there was a lot of speculation and rumors going on around here saying that Diddy actually got onto the plane and he fled the country. He did not. He is still on American soil, as far as I know, at this moment. But he was in an airport with Brandon Paul. So the dude with those tidy whities with those joggers sitting in the lawn, I don't know who that is. That's not the airport. The airport is somewhere completely different. Okay? And yeah, somebody said Brendan, then I was about to say Brendan bulked up. Nah, he didn't bulk up. That's somebody else. Okay? Just so you guys know, just so that we're in the clear. Okay, really, really quick. Let me get some of these super chats out of the way really, really quick. My Lord, I haven't slept, and so I'm just mumbling. Sorry about this. My articulation is trash. Okay, those pale legs. I said it. Okay, do some squats, some calf raises. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Anyway, let's get this. Kay, thank you so much. He knew they were coming. He knew they were coming. See, now that's the thing. I'm wondering if maybe he got a tip a few minutes beforehand, maybe an hour before, something like that. It just seemed like, why would he be trying to get onto a plane? But then at the same time, when you're a celebrity and you have that kind of money, you can travel anytime you want. He's got private jets. He could fly. He could literally go wake up, hang out for most of the day, and on a whim go, hey, I just want to go to Paris. Yeah, fuel up the jet. Let's go. He could do that. So I don't know if he knew that the raid is coming or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually tipped off. But then he looked really ticked off because he wasn't allowed to get on that plane to fly. And I think they flew off to Jamaica or something like that. I don't know. But it's interesting. Okay. But yeah, there's a good possibility, Kay, that they knew or that he knew they were coming. Gemini, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. Chelsea, thank you so much for the 5. Was the friend/dealer an undercover cop? Or is that too hopeful? No, I mean, I don't know about all that. That'd be wild if that would be like the long con, if that makes any sense. Because I think that this guy, his supplier has been a friend for a while, part of his team for a good long time. So no, I don't think he was 5-0. I don't think he was undercover, but it would have been, that'd be a brilliant long con. You know what I mean? That's something you see in the movies. You know what I mean? Chelsea, thank you so much for the 2. Dig, dead. Signed, sealed, delivered. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm wondering what they found. I really am wondering what they found. Okay. Real quick, Misty, thank you so much for the 5. Pascal, Diddy had cameras in every room, including bedrooms and bathrooms in all his houses. Sick. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that he had things, maybe very incriminating or blackmail footage of celebrities of all kinds walking in his place, snorting on some stuff, drinking stuff that they like to drink. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Performing acts, lewd acts in places in his house. And he's like, yeah, I got footage of you getting the little la from this girl. Then, aren't you married? Politician, man. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. You think that you only see those things in the movies, but maybe those things are real. Ramona, thank you so much for the 5. Diddy is the quote unquote sacrificial lamb. We see this often. The people with the 5-piece suits are already setting up that hush money. Ooh, that is a statement. That is a statement. Well, we'll see what those 5-piece suit guys do. Okay. So let's get into this. And actually, before we go into this part here, this whole thing, let me just see what else TMZ is saying real quick, because I know it's been Diddy land all day today. Oh, and by the way, if you guys can't see this, let me show you. This is his supplier / friend. So, the guy that's sitting with the pale legs, that ain't him. That most definitely is not him. Let me blow it up so you can just see, there it is. There's his face. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Moving on here. This is his alleged hee-haw. Interesting, right? He's an ex-Syracuse basketball player. Oh, my God. And the thing is watch this kid come out with a book. He's going to come out with a book whenever he, like at some point he's going to come out with a book. And it's going to be like the story of the story of White Boy Rick. It's almost going to be like that. Watch. Y'all know about White Boy Rick? Anybody? If you don't, you need to check out the movie or check out the documentary or even the book. It's very fascinating, but still, this is like White Boy Rick. Doing layups and then just laying out those lines. The stories that this kid has, I'm sure, are incredible. He's going to have a book out soon. Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. And it'll turn into a movie. And I don't know who to play his part, but very interesting nonetheless. Okay? So his name is Brendan Paul, who is also his alleged, okay, Sean Combs' donkey, okay, was arrested on Monday while the rap mogul and his crew were stopped by federal law enforcement agents, previously had a career as a college basketball player. So he was stopped. Like I said, he and his crew were stopped by feds. He was trying to get into a plane and fly off. And this guy right here, Larry Bird wannabe, got caught holding that weight. So he suited up for Syracuse Orange from 2018 to 2020. And while he wasn't exactly a star there, he did log minutes in 17 games during his two seasons. Okay, so he wasn't a starter, but okay. He played a little bit. And all this other stuff. It doesn't really matter about his basketball career because that's not what he's known for, baby. That's not what he's known for. All right? (2018 to 2020). Interesting. That's really interesting. I feel like he's just like too busy just trying to hook up with girls listening to chain smokers. So there's got to be more to this, okay? Like him of all people, maybe that's exactly what Diddy needed. Think about that for a second. Oh my God. You know, it's really kind of brilliant. Seriously, think about this for a second. Think about it. He's very unseemingly the type that would have that kind of hookup or that kind of plug. But it is really the ones that are the most quiet, the ones that are the most unassuming, that usually do have that connect. So Diddy's actually, man, that's diabolical. You know what I'm saying? That is really diabolical. But this is, like I said, this is a guy who is probably listening to Coldplay, rocking up to Chainsmokers, you know. Baby, hold me closer. It's never getting, whatever that song is. You know what I mean? And then Diddy just came up to him and was like, sup, dog. I need you to hook me up, dog. You know what I mean? Something to think about, though. It's crazy. It's crazy. crazy. Oh my God. He don't look like he holds that kind of stuff. Cops ain't gonna go up to him. I feel like Diddy has already done this conversation before with him in the room. Nobody gonna look at this dude. Ain't nobody gonna look at Brandon. He's so unassuming. He looks like he could be my accountant. You feel me? Man, this is brilliant. No, you get that weight. You go get it, bro. But if you do get caught, it's on your ass. But I'll take care of you, though. I'll take care of you. That's what I think. And I think he just sat there like the brains on Mr. Diddy Combs, you know? Proud of himself for the second there. So I'm looking at TMZ, trying to see if there's anything else here. Aside from the person in the Bentley sitting there saying, oh, yeah, you know, I don't know. He said something stupid. Oh, basically saying like he had seen like all kinds of girls coming in and out or something like that. Something stupid. I mean, of course, there's video and stuff of aftermath of the raid. So it says, hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, this is kind of showing the place just being, wow. You see that there, guys? I mean, they went through that place. Even the safe, y'all. They even went through the safe. Yo, that's insane. That's crazy, guys. You know what it kind of feels like to me? Like they knew exactly where they wanted to find the stuff, but they still kind of had to make it look like they ransacked everything. Because I feel like that kind of content or whatever they were trying to look for, I don't think it's going to be something that you find just sitting on his coffee table. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's going to be like it's the safe or it's going to be behind certain places. So I feel like they went there, they ransacked everything because they want to throw Diddy off their scent, right? Maybe. I mean, I feel like Cassie may have told them like, yo, you can find all this stuff right here in the safe, or it's right over here. He likes to keep it in this particular area. He hides it underneath his holy Bible, in a box, in a lockbox in this corner over here. I mean, it just feels like that's a little bit more of a more specific, because that place is a massive home, hundreds of places, thousands of places he could potentially hide stuff that they're looking for. So I feel like they went into a specific place. They knew exactly where they wanted to go, and they went and did that. But that's, of course, my own theory. Okay, we got more. We got some more.
A story we're following, and of course we're trying to gather more and more information about it here on Live Now from Fox, as Diddy's home in Los Angeles has been raided by Homeland Security. Of course, we're learning more information. I do want to take you back out here before we get out to our Fox 11 team in their coverage, because some of this video is very dramatic, and we don't know a ton of information right now about this here on Live Now from Fox. Of course, breaking news of this, as you can see, potentially law enforcement officials and other officials just outside of a gate, this on a street near the Beverly Hills area. Of course, we're following it very closely on Live Now from Fox. And of course, we were watching this. We didn't know exactly what we were seeing at the time. So this is just a little bit ago, as you can see a crowbar to get through this gate initially as well, the long guns and a multitude of people. As you'll see, they'll zoom out a little bit just to see the amount of force they are using to get inside this home. And of course, the complex in which this home sits is a very expansive one for the American rapper and producer. You can see them checking inside of a vehicle. We don't know exactly what is involved, if Diddy's even there. We don't know a ton of information about this at all, but this was dramatic video coming in of the Los Angeles home there, raided by Homeland Security. Some of those images there on the backs of them. We also saw other images. I want to kind of quickly move to what else we saw as people were led away, potentially in custody. Don't know who these individuals are, if they're related to Diddy in any way, but you can see them, a dramatic video from our Sky Fox team there in Los Angeles as we continue to cover this. And our Fox 11 team is there on the ground right now as we speak. Let's take you out to some of their coverage here as we follow this developing story out of Los Angeles.
And then detain those 3 people inside. We haven't seen any signs of P. Diddy himself. Again, we're hearing that he is possibly in New York, but several people inside the home that will surely be questioned. Very chaotic scene when all of this happened. Lots of neighbors wondering what's going on, of course, and we'll keep you updated. But it's definitely going to be quite a scene here for the remainder of the day.
Yeah, when you see this number of law enforcement agencies coming together, making this type of raid to such a big, high-profile mansion like this, in a neighborhood like this as well, this is very thought out, methodical, planned out for days. So they base this on a number of information gathering that they've received and evidence or what they're looking for. So clearly, this is not something they do lightly. They really go through the process of making sure that everything is ready before they conduct a raid like this. So yes, this took a lot of planning for all these multiple agencies to come together to actually now conduct a type of raid like this.
No, what I find interesting, and I think is very crucial, is for us to realize that this may be a huge surprise for us, but it's not really for the feds, because like she just said, they've been planning this for a while. So whatever they came out for, they were looking for something very specific. Now, I still am wondering if it is stuff that they actually, if there's stuff that, if the stuff that they were looking for was actually found. That's one thing I'm still trying to figure out. Or I think that's one thing that hasn't been revealed yet. And I'm hoping that we get that revelation very, very soon. But we have not seen anything, because I know that some people are saying like littles, right? We have not seen anything with littles of the female form. We have not seen any littles at all, at least from what I've seen in the footage, right? So if there are, I feel like there would be a huge display of that. TMZ, Fox, any other helicopters that were swarming around this house would have captured some glimpse of that. I don't think that's that. I think that there's material that they were looking for, footage or something of that sort. I think they got it. Now it's a matter of what's the next step. What's their next step now? And we're just going to have to sit with our popcorn and wait and find out, right?
As you're seeing right now, with this street also shut down for the time being, because Haley, you could see the perimeter has been set up in that neighborhood to keep just the public back from the work that's being done. And there you have the shot from Sky Fox. Again, these heavily armed vehicles right next to all those luxury cars. You already see a Porsche, a G-Wagon, so many luxury cars right there on that property. So it is a very differing juxtaposition there of what you're seeing. But look at this mansion here in Holmby Hills where the raid is taking place. Again, we don't know what exactly they're looking for, who they're looking for. But again, this could possibly be linked to a sex trafficking investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive. But as you heard from Haley right there, she believes, and she's been hearing, that we do not think that Sean Combs is on that property at home right now. He may be in New York as this raid is being conducted. But we do know from our reporting that over the course of the year already, just as early as March this year, there have been several lawsuits filed against Sean Combs. So clearly this could be part of it. We are not sure at this point. But
hold on 1 second. So maybe I'm late to the party here, but who's Ava? Who's Ava? Can anybody tell me who that is? Kay, thank you so much for the 2. This is old and recent stuff they found. This is old and recent stuff they found. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Martinique, thank you so much for the 5. Hello. So Diddy may not have been on that plane, but did he send evidence over? That's a very good question. I don't know. They may have like raided the plane too, which is possible. But at the same time, wait. Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this while I get something here really quick. Hold on.
again, Stu, if you could hear me, what are you seeing right now in terms of your point of view?
Well, again, you saw some of those officers right there at that one of the back houses. They did bring a ladder in. They actually went out and brought that ladder into that property. You see it right there, and then they brought another ladder. So there's probably something inside this building right here that they are very curious about, or they were, like you said, it was very well planned. They knew they were going to need that ladder to make access. So there is something inside this piece of property in the back, as one of the back houses, that they have been very interested in getting at. We haven't seen them bring anything out. At one point, I can say, and when I keep saying that we didn't see them bring anything out, we did see them bring out what looked like a big plastic bin, but I don't know if that was something that they had brought in with them as far as possible tools that they needed. But that was the only thing that seemed to be out of the ordinary, and that did come out of that back house that we just showed you. This is that front area that you were just talking about moments ago. We watched as those Bearcats made their way up Mapleton to actually do this raid, and then we watched as officers were getting through one of the pedestrian gates over here on this side of the property. Once they had breached that, well, then they opened those gates up right there, and those armored vehicles rolled in. They were very quick in whatever they needed to do to seize that home. That garage door went up very quickly, and it doesn't seem to be actually a garage inside there. We've been trying to peek in with the camera every now and then. It looks like there's a large table inside there, so that might have been an office area or some sort of staging area, and that's where we believe that most of the people that we see in custody came from. At least that's where we watched them exit this building with the officers early on when this raid was just starting. As it stands right now, you've got plenty of these armored
crazy
law enforcement still walking the property.
You know, imagine them walking and then they're like, man, this is crazy. We in Diddy's house. Man, this is crazy. His place is massive, man. Damn. You know? I'd be saying that in my head at least if I was in there. Now, hold on. Let me just check something. We're at 6:17. Let me see something here. Because this is just the raid itself, you know? But you don't really see a whole lot of people like getting thrown in or out or anything. You know what I mean? This is just them doing their stuff.
They made the raid to begin with, but again, this could possibly be involving the sex trafficking investigation. They made the, yeah, this is going to take time. And that is why probably there are so many personnel on site to go through everything and do the search that they are conducting. We, again, don't know a lot of information in terms of what evidence they're trying to collect, who they're.
Now that's interesting. Okay. Thank you, Debbie, for sending this to me. I saw it, but I didn't pull it up or, do anything with it. So I'm about to look at something with fresh eyes myself, something I've never really seen before at all. And it has to do with something with this girl named Ava. We're going to look at that here in a second. Let me get this super chat here really quick. Martinique, thank you so much for the 2. I read someone working for him is now an informant. Whoa, if that's true, that's really bad news. Okay. Also, guys, I do have a question at the top of the chat. I have a poll at the top of the chat. Please go and vote for me really, really quick. It has to do with Sebastian Rogers. There's this case that I've been covering for a little while, and now it's kind of the focus has swelled around this young man's disappearance, and so it's something I've been interested in maybe looking at. Let me know what you think. Go to the poll. Please vote. I'd love to see if I can get 500 votes in the chat up there on the poll for me. Okay, please, because it's up to you guys. If it wins by a landslide, we will watch it. If it doesn't, then we move on. We talk about something else. Okay, because you never know. I don't know what's going on with Diddy. There may be more information that happens tomorrow. Don't worry. We're going to talk about, shoot, you think I ain't going to talk about this? Have mercy. We're going to talk about this. Okay. But please go check it out, because we got plenty of other stories and plenty of conversations that we need to cover as well. But let me pull this up because I want to take a look at this myself with my own 2 eyes. But before I do that, I want to read this because it's from the TikTok account, DM82021. Okay. I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due. It's a TikTok that she put up. Here is footage I'm resurfacing of Diddy on April 12th, 2020, where he introduced his kids on Instagram. His alleged adopted young white daughter, Ava Baroni, made an appearance. Combs made it sound like she had poor parents, maybe with issues living on the streets, and he helped them and then offered to adopt her. I have been unable to find any additional information on her. If you think this is about children, if you don't think this is about children, you haven't been paying attention. The president is on the way back, but the president is on the way back. There are things that there are things that be revealed nobody is prepared for. Okay. Interesting. So I want to share this video. I've never seen this before. Okay. But we're going to take a look at this. Let's take a look.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No.
Hold
What's
on.
your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it's break.
I got to do that. Unfortunately, but
I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell me.
okay. So I can't play the video. I can't play the music, but I guess in this video, she's telling how he adopted her, which is interesting.
And said to come inside and play with the kids.
Yeah.
He would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside.
Sorry, wait, what? Wait, hold on.
So I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with the kids.
Whoa. Okay. I can't really play because the freaking music. I can't play it very long because the freaking music. But that's very interesting, guys. And that is Diddy. Somebody has said, is that Diddy? Yeah, that's Diddy. Yeah, that's Diddy. But that's odd though, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to curse. I know it's late and I could curse, but I don't want to, because I know some parent out here is watching with their kid, okay, trying to put them to sleep. And I say some curse word, and the next day they say, see, you're like, oh no. And they learned it from me. I don't want to be that guy. But still. Oh my damn. Her story is weird. That story is weird. How she told that story is weird. How she told that story is weird. And I can't play the rest of it, unfortunately. But the rest, but yeah, you heard that. I'm not reading into that. If you heard that at face value, especially with all the allegations that are pitted up against him right now, and you hear some little girl come up and tell you that story, you're going to look at this man like, what? You did what? Why? Why did you do it that way? Did the parents go with you in the car? Or did you just take the kid and put her in the car and just whisk her off into the hills? What the hell? Yeah, and everybody in the background's like, yay. Daddy saved them. It's kind of weird, y'all. Oops, he did he again. Oh, my Lord. You know? Not good. Whoo, not good. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. I gotta play this next thing, guys. I can't let it linger. I can't let it linger very long. I'm sorry. We got to keep it moving. But that's very very disturbing. Okay. Now I don't know if you guys know about Isaiah Carey. You guys got to check him out sometime. Okay. This dude keeps it real. He reports, but then he has this like spin. It's amazing. I love it. Okay. But there's a part here. This guy's just sitting there like, oh, I've seen all that. And, I've seen cars go in and out, blah, blah, blah. In fact, let me just play that. Let me play his thing out here looking like Aiden Ross. Do you know who Aiden Ross is, guys? If you don't, just look him up sometime because he kind of looks like that guy.
More people coming out. Who's this guy? Yeah, they're all kind of dressed
Definitely
alike.
shocking and hectic out here in Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles before they even put up the crime scene tape. The Department of Homeland Security making a big bust, officers say, in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. While it was all happening, investigators were also raiding his home in Miami. Homeland Security has been.
Where the heck? There it is.
Ryan Mendelson, he's lived nearby his whole life, and he often visits his best friend just a few doors down.
But I've seen maybe once a week girls lingering outside. I drive by a lot, and I see that a lot of girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside. Some leaving, some not, some going in, black Suburbans.
Interesting. Seeing girls coming in, coming out. Black Suburbans. I mean, I also have to say, let's not forget, he is Diddy. So you got options. And if he wants more than just Young Miami, he can have those options. But then you also got to remember that he's got kids too. He's got young men as children too. They could have girls coming in and out of the place as well while Diddy's not in town. You know, oh, dad's gone, so you want to come over and fool around, you want to, hook up, you want to hang out, so on and so forth. It's a possibility. So you have to put that in consideration as well. That's kind of the tough part about this, okay? But hold on one second. I'm looking at your chats. I don't know why. Okay. I'm just checking on the chat. Okay. Just making sure everything's cool. Martinique, really quick, thanks so much for the 2. His chief of staff is who's working with the feds. Interesting. Misty, thank you so much for the 5. Them legs ain't seen no sun ever. You got us laughing our age off. Yeah, hopefully I'm making you guys laugh a little bit. Okay, Misty, I appreciate it. I do appreciate the laughter. I really do appreciate it. But nonetheless, he is saying, like, I see these girls coming in and out, blah, blah, blah. But again, he's got young men that are living in that house. And those men, I'm sure a good portion of them, like women, there's a good possibility these girls are going to be coming in and out, especially some of these girls who are trying to get in with these guys to possibly get closer to the dad because they want to be a recording artist or because they just want to get closer to that monies and that fame. That could be it too. You know what I mean? The possibilities are endless here. So it doesn't automatically mean that he's running some sort of ring straight out of his house. But then again, he could be too. Let's continue, guys. I'm just going to skip it to this part. This lawyer's talking here in a second.
Never know. I never thought anything of it.
And I the home. It was a federal in order for Homeland Security.
We have Homeland Security raiding multiple homes of P. Diddy at the same time. What does that tell us?
Well, for one, in order for Homeland Security to even be able to enter into someone's home, that means that there was a federal court judge who signed off on a search warrant to search for the home, which means at the very least there's probable cause to indicate there's some reason to believe that there's an evidence of a federal crime inside those 2 households.
There's enough evidence for a judge to sign off for 2 completely different places in 2 completely different places in the country that he feels that there's enough evidence to let these guys go off and do their happy hunting, to go ahead and dig, as someone just said a little bit ago, dig. That's also another piece of information. There is enough probable cause. Exactly, Giovanna. Okay, there was enough probable cause for him to sign them papers and say, go, get him right now. Interesting, right? Like I said, they wouldn't just go out here all willy-nilly, waste all this time and energy if they didn't believe that they had some incriminating evidence against Diddy. A lot of paperwork, a lot of protocol. This is something that's been in the works for a while, as we heard from other commentators as well, before they even went and did this raid in the first place. Crazy, right? Like I said, it's just it just makes it even. It sticks the landing even more. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It sticks the landing even more. It's insane. Let's continue. I want to hear the rest of what this lawyer has to say.
And I know they've hit Miami, Los Angeles, and we saw some of his sons in handcuffs. That doesn't necessarily mean they're being arrested, though, right?
Yes, absolutely not. It could be some form of detainment, especially when you're involving law enforcement officers enter into
Word.
a household. That's a lot of unknown variables. They want to make sure that they're safe. So if there's people that happen to be inside the home, we want to make sure that they're detained and secure so the officers can do their job freely without any concern or anything happening while they're conducting their search.
And of course, we haven't heard.
I still do find it weird. I get it that that's standard procedure and all that, but I also do feel like it's a little bit of a display. You know, it's a message. I also think too. But then again, I'm just a regular civilian. I ain't no cop. I definitely ain't no lawyer. But I just found that to be interesting that they would do all that extra stuff.
Heard or seen Diddy at all in any of these raids? Any?
Well, we haven't heard or seen Diddy in these raids, but I think it's important to look at the history of how we got here. There have been several civil lawsuits detailing accusations of human trafficking, the use of illicit drugs, non-consensual sex with those sex workers. And it appears that it seems as though federal law enforcement officers have been paying attention to those lawsuits and want to do some poking around to see if there's any evidence that these accusations actually give rise to federal crimes.
And of course, when you look at civil lawsuits, you think it's civil, but federal investigators or law enforcement simply can't ignore, you know, these major allegations of sex rings and drug trafficking. So they had to take some action.
Absolutely. And we're seeing this trend where civil lawsuits are giving rise to criminal investigations. We've seen that with Jeffrey Epstein. We've seen that with Harvey Weinstein.
Bang.
We've seen that with R. Kelly, where there's smoke. Sometimes law enforcement officers believe there's fire. And based upon some of the empirical evidence, sometimes that happens to be true. So it appears that, you know, this is a very well-known person. He's well-known in Hollywood. So this is going to be a big case for federal law enforcement officers.
Listen, let me tell you, we heard in the other video, right? We heard in another video by a ex-FBI agent, not Jennifer Coffindaffer, even though shout out to her. We love her over here. But this guy was saying, hey, you never know. They could be looking into this as a possibility of there being a connection to a much bigger ring, a much bigger operation here. Hence the reason why they're looking into this. Like this lawyer just said, sometimes, but recently at least, especially with Aura, Epi, the Harvey, the and the sort, right? All of them, they said, hey, we see that there's smoke, so there may be fire, right? They're doing the same doggone thing. They see these things. They see these allegations that have been coming out. They are now starting to piece together same kind of MO, same stories. Yeah, there could very well be a huge fire that they're finally catching wind on. Again, what are the possibilities of this being something bigger? Much bigger. And I know, I get it. Some people sit here and go, hey, leave Diddy alone. You know, let him do his thing. You know, he didn't do anything to nobody. He's been doing great for music and all that stuff. And he's an icon and all that crap. Sure. Okay. Fully, I get that piece. 110%. I get that part. But at the same time, when you have allegations, when you have paperwork that comes out like it has as of recently, that paints your hero as an absolutely disgusting, diabolical monster. And then within weeks, shoot, within days, that alleged monster settles that lawsuit without even putting up a fight. You can't tell me that at least makes you take one step back and look at them just a little differently and start asking questions. Now I get it. You can have you can be a fan. You can show love, buy his records, buy his clothing, do whatever the hell you want. Okay? Lust after his girlfriends, do whatever the hell you want. But law enforcement is seeing something different. The law is seeing something different with all of these allegations that have come out. Again, some of these allegations could very well be fake. But then again, they all could be very well true. And I don't blame law enforcement for at least looking into these, at least looking under every single rock, exhausting every option out here, because you could stop another victim from actually becoming a victim. You could potentially stop another person becoming a victim. That's what I'm saying. And I'm telling you right now, that's the kind of law enforcement that I want. I'd rather have a deep investigation, exhaust every possibility before you let somebody like this off the hook, like he has been for the last 3 decades. So I commend law enforcement for doing what they're doing. I wish it happened 3 decades ago. I wish it happened during the time that Cassie was being brutalized and put through such a terrible situation. But at least it's happening now. And there could be connections to something much bigger and could take down so many people. Like I said, this is a much bigger story, or this potentially is a much bigger story. So we're going to have to sit back, wait, and see what they have to say after this raid. And hopefully it won't all just be rumor mill and all that. Hopefully it won't be. Let me get these super chats. Kale, thank you so much for the 2. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Misty, thank you so much for the 5. Fez and Homeland Security don't bust down folks' doors on rumors, folks. Yes, they do not. They got evidence. They just getting more evidence and rattling folks to snitch. Yes, I agree with that 110%. I think that they're trying to ruffle a lot of feathers. I think they're trying to scare some people. I think they also got, let's not forget our boy who just got arrested and was thrown, and was bailed out. What are the chances of them sitting there going, we have some serious charges on you. You could be looking at some time if you don't start working with us, if you don't start snitching. You got a guy who's his provider on his chemicals. Think about that for a second. They can start throwing all kinds of things at this kid. Next thing you know, you got another connect. You got another informant working very closely with Diddy. And you know for a fact this kid has stories. If these stories are true, if these allegations are true, if there's things that were laced, thrown in the drinks, blah, blah, blah. This kid's got stories. Like I said, he should have a freaking book out right now. He will have a movie of the week. Wait for it. Wait for it, son. It's coming. Okay? But I think the only way they're going to get this guy, get Diddy, is if they get the people that work around him to work for them. That's one way they're going to do that. For sure, because there's no celebrity that's going to be willing to step out and go, yeah, I saw all this stuff. No, because Diddy probably has some incriminating footage on that said actor or that said politician or that said motivational speaker or that said pastor. Have you ever been swallowed? Swallowed. Huh? Just saying. Just saying. Man, I'm telling you right now, this case, I told you this before and I'll say it again because I don't give a damn. Okay? But this case has gotten thicker than a snicker. And I'm telling you right now. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being here on the late show tonight. But it meant a lot to come back. Like, I just came straight from a very long trip, hopped on here to chop it up with you guys. But I wanted to make sure I was caught up because I know that I got a lot of catching up todo. Okay? So I appreciate you guys for being here. It really means a lot. I didn't get 500 votes, but that's fine. I still got a large sum of people. 79% of y'all said yes. You'd like me to take a look at that and watch it with you guys as a family. So I'll make sure I try to do that here in the very, very near future. Okay? But I appreciate you guys for being here. Sorry. It's like I'm tired. I'm so sleep deprived that like the words that I'm trying to get to come out my mouth ain't really coming out my mouth. But hopefully I held it down pretty decently on this sleep-deprived late show. But like I said, this was too big for me to just wait for tomorrow to talk about it. We had to talk about it as soon as I got home. So I'm here. We're back. We got many, many stories and cases to cover before we sleep. Trust and believe. We'll be back tomorrow morning to keep doing what we do. Maybe it's on Sebastian. Maybe it's on Caleb. You never know. Just make sure you do this simple thing for me. Hit that like button down below. Okay? That would really, really mean a lot. I don't even know how many likes we have on YouTube right now. Oh, snap. 1.1K. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay, that makes me very happy. Yay. Also, do another solid. I know it's a lot. Not only hit that reaction button while you're watching on Facebook, on Twitter, or X, wherever you're watching the show, please be sure, hit that follow button on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, to my YouTube fan, hit that subscribe button and make sure that notification bell is set to all so you know when I go live, whenever I upload, because it be random, yo. So please be sure to do that for me, okay? Because like I said, we got a lot of stories to tell. We got a lot of cases and a lot of people's justice that we need to continue fighting for, and we will be talking about that very, very soon. Okay, we back in full effect. I love y'all. I missed you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning on another show. It's time to get going. Thank you so much for the support, for all the super chats and all that. We back. We got more stories to tell. If there's any more developments on Diddy, don't worry. We're going to talk about it. Hey, we're going to talk about it. Okay? So be sure to come back on those stories as well. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys soon. Oh, my Lord, I'm about to pass out. I can't wait. Much love to you guys. I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.